What?
You know,
I was talking to Mary.
I know you were. If you could only
for?
see what goes on between things in this programme.
Chatting to Mary.
So there I'm basically leaving Ruth to do the cookery bit here and nudging you, and you're going, what? Even though it says R-U-T-H there.
Well, that
anyway.
doesn't make a difference.
But tell you what, I will tell you who does make a difference. The undisputed queen of the kitchen, and here she is, Mary Berry. And I was at Cheltenham's Ladies' Day on Wednesday, and you know who was the undisputed queen of Ladies' Day that day? The way she dressed, the way she looked, the way she carried herself. The very woman.
I had a great day.
But you looked impeccable. You looked beautiful. You looked the sartorial elegance. You were gorgeous. Everybody, you saw me. I came over to you with some young girls because young girls started talking to me.
Did they?
And I went over.
He loved the young girls.
I'm sure he did.
And I said, do you know who they're talking about in this room? Not that one, that one, that one. You. And they were talking about how you looked. Well, what's it like to be? Is it a big responsibility to be such a role model like that?
Well, I'm quite ancient, as you know, and I try to be to dress in a sort of cheerful way, but not mutton dressed up as lamb.
Yes, age appropriate, really lovely. You were lovely.
You also look so elegant, and it's quite hard because we were talking. That's what Mary and I were talking.
Yes, we were.
You nudged me of how cold it can get at Cheltenham and windy.
It nearly blew us away, but I had layers.
You had layers.
Yes, I had my
The other
layers.
thing is, you're celebrating your birthday next week. You and Ruth again, same sort of, you know, there's a similar. You're like
You're
sisters.
a week after me.
Yes.
So you an Aries then?
I'm an Aries, and we're all lovable and
She's
easygoing.
Pisces, she's two-faced. That's basically it.
The thing is, that was you just practising with Rick, but you did actually go on stage in front of how many people?
23,000. But he cooked with me beautiful muffins, and he did them. He took it seriously, he did well. And then, so when he said, come and play the drums, I thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. And so I did it, but I said, I'll never be able to walk on the stage. And I was put on a sort of platform and wheeled, and I couldn't get off, really.
So when you're waiting in the wings, how scared were you?
Very, very scared. I know what I'm doing when I'm cooking, but it was very frightening. But he was enchanting, delightful, and so modest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
I liked him.
he's a guy.
I fell in love with him instantly.
Yes, he's
He is
enjoying
lovely.
his success, especially second time round. But, you know, in fairness, you can't go wrong with a pair of old muffins, really. I mean, there's not much you can do wrong.
Well, you
I
could
beg
cook
your
muffins,
pardon.
could you?
Look, do you see this? Mary Berry quick cooking.
Yes.
You're talking my language here, Mary, right? Because I want quick cooking. And something which I love and I specialise in is a crab and crayfish salad with fresh mango, which I have a little way of doing it, and I just love how you do that, and that's healthy as well. That's the sort of
It's
thing I
healthy,
like.
and also when you do that, so often one can make it look messy. But from that picture, if you actually do a little portion on top of the all the salad ingredients, then everybody knows that's mine, that's mine.
Yeah.
And I know when it's someone like my son, he hopes the one before's left a bit extra.
Yes.
Well, everybody's
and
in
I think
such a-
that's a signature dish. I think a lot of us should have a number of signature dishes that you can whip up quickly when your partner comes home from work after a busy day and whatever, and I'm there making that for you.
Yes,
That's the sort of thing.
Does he do a bit of cooking?
No, but actually, he tries sometimes. He does try sometimes, but he's really
Modest,
never been taught,
modest.
Mary. So if you need a recruit at any of your shows...
You know,
But the
with
thing
an
is,
Irish
people
mother, she did it all for me.
People are very busy now, so even if you love to cook, everybody's got busy lives. So is that the reasoning behind this series and the book? It's about quick, fast,
Well, we
but
thought we'd
healthy
go
food.
travelling and get ideas from other countries, and it's really... as you say, when you come home from work, you rustle up something quickly, and from ingredients in the cupboard, things in the fridge, and varying it, of course. But I haven't used a vast amount of ingredients. You know, I mean, who wants juniper berries? You might use it once and not again. And there's only one kind of chilli. You can have so much in the cupboard, and if you've got a daughter like mine, they pick it and say it's out of date. So it's really...
Are you not an out-of-date person?
I'm not at what's wrong with your nose.
My mum.
See, Ruthie does it with her mum.
My sister and I just had cleared out my mum's freezer and cupboards, and she hated us for it. Hello, Mum. Love you. We were literally, I'm going, Mum, this is like 2007. She's going, nothing wrong with it. Sniffs everything, nothing wrong with it.
With the fridge, I mean, the cream, and I use cream sometimes in recipes, and it'll say that it's out of date, but you just taste it, and it's fine for the family.
Ruth's like that with the Bailey's Irish cream at Christmas. You know, it's 15 years old, but she's still fine. But you've got great titles here. For instance, here's a cauliflower soup I draw your attention to as well. And it's just got a brilliant title. So it's bound to taste nice, and the title is Rather Special Cauliflower Soup. I mean, that's a beautiful description.
But cauliflowers, you can... A supermarket will cost you about £1. A market will be 60p. And you get a meal from that. Just a few other things added to it. I think it's... and I adore cauliflower. I've done some cauliflower, sort of like potato cakes with cauliflower in. And that gives it a bit of crunch. I think it's a wonderful vegetable. I've done lots of vegetarian things in there.
Yeah.
All
Mary,
sorts
you're
of
not
things
just
for everyone.
cooking on this series. I mean, you're travelling, and you're travelling a lot. And Eamonn and I travel and film, and we know that is really hard work, however beautiful it looks, and however much fun it looks.
If she's on her own, she hasn't got anybody to argue with. She's fine.
You know, you have done some extraordinary things. We saw you whizzing around Rome. What else are we going to see you doing?
I went to the markets in Marrakesh. I was on a destroyer, because they have, it was in a war zone or something, and they've got to get meals very, very quickly. And the size of the galley that they cook in was, I mean, in 75 minutes, they've got to do the quickest meal and have it out and cleared.
In stormy seas, even
in stormy
war.
seas, and, you know, to see how they do it. And I get all sorts of ideas to add to mine. I went to London Airport, and they have their own fire brigade, but, of course, there isn't a canteen for 12. I mean, 12 on a session at one go. So they cook their own meals, do the shopping. Some of them wash up, some of them do it, but they all have to do it in half an hour.
So what you're saying here, what I really like is it's quite inspiring. You're saying it's quick cooking, but it doesn't have to be crud, basically. You know, quick but good.
Tasty.
And from scratch.
Yeah.
Good
But I
table
mean,
cooking.
obviously, who makes puff pastry? Some of it's got puff pastry or filo pastry, and noodles, lots of rice and couscous and things. You know, those sort of things to add to it.
One other thing we've seen you doing was helping Claudia Winkleman and Tess Daly with their danceathon. So Comic Relief starts tonight, of course. Did you enjoy that?
Well, Claudia, who I know very well because we do a series together, and
raised so much money. It's
they've raised
fantastic.
well over £1 million. And I mean, I think they were both wonderful. They were very nervous to start with. They had lots of encouragement. And I mean, I know that Claudia's husband stayed with her all night, because in the middle of the night, there's a sort of lull.
Hard. Yes. Well, they did amazingly well.
Great work.
Listen, we loved seeing you. Quick Cooking, the book is out now, and we can see episode 2 Monday, 8:30 on BBC 2. Lovely to see you, Mary. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.